Hi everyone, it's Christina. Welcome back to another one of my videos. Today I have for you a worth the hype video, and also I am going to be including a makeup tutorial in this video. I'm going to be basing this look off of the Kyshadow palette. This is the bronze palette. I got this palette on the second launch. This is what it looks like for those of you who don't know. And also, believe it or not, this eyeshadow palette does have a dupe. I'm going to be letting you guys know if this palette is worth the hype or not. If you're interested in this video, then make sure you keep watching, and also don't forget to subscribe. To get started with the tutorial, I've already prepped my face, already applied my foundation and my eye base. I'm just going to go ahead with that middle shade in the Kylie palette and a Sigma E40 brush and apply that as my transition shade. I'm then going to take that top right shade, which I believe is the color Jasper, and an E38 brush and just apply that right to my crease. Then going in with the color Goldstone, I'm going to put that a little bit below where I just placed that other color. I'm using a Sigma E25 brush to do this, and in this look I am going for more of a smoky look, so I'm going to take a Zoeva 234 brush, which is a flat brush, and I'm going to take this color Hematite. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but it's like this reddish brown color. I'm going to use that as a base just because I wanted to, I don't know, I really like how it has like those red undertones in that brown. So I wanted to use that, and then I decided to blend it out first. And then I took the brown shade, which is the color Bronzite. It's a really warm chocolate brown color, and I applied that on top of the Hematite color. Now to smoke things out, I'm going to take this color Obsidian and the Stellium Tool 780 brush and just apply that to my outer corner. I'm going to keep applying this black until I get the smokiness that I want. For an inner corner highlight, I'm taking the color Quartz and the color Topaz with a Zoeva 230 brush, just applying that to my inner corner. And then I'm going to take the color Citrine for my lower lash line and a Zoeva 231 brush. Then using the color Goldstone and a Stellium Tools, what brush is this? A Stellium Tools 777 brush. I'm then going to kind of smoke it out a little bit. Then to get really close to my lower lash line, I'm going to take that brown shade, which is the color Bronzite, and a Stellium Tools 780 brush and get really close to my lower lash line with that. And for eyeliner, I'm using the L'Oreal Voluminous Smoldering Eyeliner in black. I'm applying that to my waterline, and then I'm also going to tightline with that and apply it to my upper eyelid and smoke it out. I really like this effect, and I forgot how much I like doing this. Just applying the eyeliner right to my top lid and using a pencil to kind of smoke it out. It's like my favorite look. And then for lashes, I'm just going to curl my lashes first with this MAC eyelash curler. I've had this thing for years. I kind of want to get a new one though, or one that's different. And then I'm going to take this CoverGirl mascara, just apply that to my lashes, and then I'm going to take some Biggest Nail lashes. As far as which ones, I'll leave the link below because I forget what they are, but they're like the more subtle ones. They're not as like va-va-voom. For my face, I'm going to take this Stellium Tools brush. I'll leave all the links below to everything that I'm using. I'm using the cooler shade, well, the lightest shade in the palette to kind of contour my face, and then I'm going to bronze up my face with the middle shade, which is called Shadow Play in the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. For blush, I'm using the Sigma Cor de Rosa blush. I sound very gringa saying that, but I'm using a Sigma 964 blush brush to apply that. And this blush, I was quite surprised how much I like it. I've never tried Sigma makeup before, but their makeup is just as good as their brushes. Let's just say that. Next, I'm taking this highlighter trio from City Colors. It doesn't really have a name, it just says highlight trio. I'm just taking all three colors and this Morphe 310 brush, only because I could not find my favorite highlighting brush, which is actually from Stellium Tools. It's a Stellium Tools 960 brush. That is the best highlighting brush ever. So I just put this on the high points of my cheeks, of course, everywhere where you would put highlighter, your cupid's bow, and the top of your nose. For my lips, I'm first going to line them using Kylie's lip liner in the color Candy K. And then I'm going to take MAC's Myth lipstick and apply that to my lips. I did depot it, so I did have to use a brush to apply it. I'm using a Stellium Tools 555 brush. And if you want to know if the Kyshadow palette is worth the hype, then please keep watching. So this palette right here retails for about $42. I ended up getting this palette on the second launch. It was very, very hard to get. Seeing it as the first time it launched, it sold out within like a minute, and even the second time it sold out within like a minute and a half or something like that. So this palette was very hard to get. And it actually took me a really long time to get this palette. It usually takes 3 to 5 business days, which I totally understand, meaning that it doesn't include weekends and holidays. But I didn't get this palette until like last week. Mind you, I ordered it on July 29th. So it took 9 business days, I think, for me to even get a shipping confirmation. That's how long it took. So I wasn't really happy about that. And the first time I emailed Kylie's customer service, they said, well, it takes 3 to 5 business days. Like, I get that. This is the 5th business day. Well, you're emailing me on the 6th business day, and here we are. So finally, I did get it on Saturday. I forget Saturday's date, but yeah. So my first impression of this palette was the fact that it's so small. Like, it looks like it's just a square palette, but I'm going to compare it with the Tartelette palette so you guys can kind of get an idea of the size. It's almost the size of the Tartelette palette. The Tartelette palette is just a little bit longer, and the Kyshadow palette is a little bit taller. So just to give you an idea of the size, this is the closest palette that I had to the size, so that way you guys can see. I did see someone else talk about the size of this palette, and I couldn't really get the idea of how small it was, but it's really not as big as I thought it was. So as far as the palette, this palette comes with a total of 9 shades. It comes with 2 shimmers, and then which is this middle shade right here, and then this bronzy shade right here. Then the rest are mattes. They are very creamy, and they are very, very pigmented, which I do like. The orange shade is probably my favorite. The shimmers, they're not as pigmented. I don't know, once you apply them on your eyes, I just feel like they're not as pigmented. Another thing I didn't really like about this palette is I really don't like the way that they blend on my eyes. Like, I feel like they don't blend as easily. Don't know if it's just me or if it is the eyeshadow, but I personally just don't think that it's worth $42, honestly. I don't think it was worth all the hype and all the hassle that I went through to get this palette. Yeah, honestly, this palette does have a dupe, and it's going to be the Morphe 350 palette, and I'm going to show you some comparisons. So if you've never seen the Morphe 350 palette, this is what it looks like, and it retails, I think, for $22. This was a very hard to get palette as well, but you can see it has very, very similar shades. It has the oranges, it has kind of the shimmers just like in here. I'm going to show you guys side by side. So the top row is the Kylie palette. This is starting from the lightest shade. Here are the 2 shimmers, then going all the way across to the black. So you can see exactly how it's swatched. This last color is not, that's just from getting blood work done. Don't mind that. And then this bottom row is actually the Morphe 350 palette, which in my opinion is definitely more pigmented than the Kylie palette. Like, look at that orange, look at this bronze shade. The shimmers are even way better. And they even just swatch better. The only one that the Kylie, or the only one that the Morphe 350 does not have is a black, which we have blacks in every single one of our eyeshadow palettes. So as you can see, that these eyeshadows are very, very close to each other, and I definitely think you're better off just getting the Morphe 350 palette. It's just more affordable, and you get the same shadows, the same variety. You get so many more eyeshadows in the Morphe 350 palette than the Kyshadow palette, and the Kyshadow palette is more. So to me, the Kyshadow palette is just not worth the hype. I even think that the Morphe 350 palette, I think those eyeshadows just blend way better than the Kyshadow ones. That is my full review on the Kyshadow palette. I hope you guys found this helpful. If you do, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Hi everyone, it's Christina. Welcome back to another one of my videos. Today I have for you a Worth the Hype video. If you're new to the series, pretty much I like to review products that are super hyped up here on YouTube, and today I'm going to be reviewing Sigma brushes.